Hello, craft beer friends, and welcome to Season 10, Episode 22 of Tap to Craft Podcast. I am Denny Luce, coming to you from Boise, Idaho, and my partner in craft, the dog whisperer, and my favorite Florida man from Tampa, Florida, Mr. Kris McKenzie. How you doing tonight, Kris? And let us know what is in your glass.
This evening, I'm doing very well. And in my glass, I've got some Ohio beer. I've got some Urban Artifact, peaches and cream, a little Nitro beer. It's peach season here in Florida. So I figured why not get some peach beers and give those a whirl. I've got another one in my cooler too. But Denny, what's in your glass?
Well, you know what? I'd love to tell you what's my glass, but I don't want to keep our lovely guests waiting. Do you want to introduce our guests for tonight?
Sure. Well, this evening, we are going to be chatting with two ladies from the Beer Babes family, co-founder Rachel Benkowski. Did I nail that one or what?
Nope, that was perfect.
Awesome. And U.S. event coordinator Shayna Mose. Get that one right as well?
You sure did.
Awesome.
Good job.
All right. So we've got Rachel is a founder of the Beer Babes family. You're a historian and certified Cicerone, and you're also a beer educator and events coordinator at Bonehouse Brewing. So you're drinking your own beers tonight. Good job. In Fountain Hills, Arizona. She talks about beer history on various podcasts and YouTube, and she teaches beer school at Bonehouse and also for private events. And then Shayna, you delight in the world of craft beer and the making of it. And Shayna, she can be found at every American Babe Brew release. Sorry, I took that off the website. She is crucial in helping build and nurture the community and camaraderie of the Beer Babes family. Ladies, welcome to episode 256.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And why don't you go ahead and let us know what's in your glass?
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
Go
go ahead,
for it.
Rachel.
Yeah. So I am not so shamefully drinking a beer from the brewery that I work for, Bonehouse. This is called Carbide Light. It is just a nice American blonde ale, crisp, clean. In Phoenix here, it's nearly 100 degrees already. So this style of beer is perfect for the weather that we have now and that we will have until July, August or so. Yeah.
Nice. So,
Nice.
Bonehouse. Bonehouse is, I've never heard of Bonehouse. Have they been around for a while?
Yeah. We opened up in 2018. So our
Okay,
6-year anniversary was on April 21st, actually.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Shayna, how about you? What's in your glass?
So I have a session IPA, I Don't Feel Like Dancing, from Big in Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay. So
I
don't
almost
tell me
grabbed a stout, but like Rachel said, it's getting extremely hot down here, and I didn't want to go night-night, so.
Okay.
So it's been a while since I've been to Norman, Oklahoma.
So is that where you're at, Shayna? Is in Oklahoma?
I'm in Oklahoma, yes.
Okay.
Not Norman. I'm in Fort
Okay.
Gibson, but.
Okay. All right. So I was wondering where you two were from. So you guys not in Florida. That's good. I like having people that aren't necessarily in Florida because Kris gets a lot of, he makes his rounds down there. We get a lot of Florida interviews, but it's nice to interview some people from outside of that area. And we did interview someone from Arizona not too long ago, Jen from tintackers.com, which is a great
Okay,
place
cool.
to get your signage if you want some tin tackers.
I actually just started with her last month. So Jen is a
nice.
sweetheart. I got my first package and that whole thing is amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome. She was if you want to hear one of our fun episodes with her, was really fantastic. One of my favorites. And Shayna, we've also interviewed someone from Oklahoma Brewing, and that's Core 4 Brewing, which I have the sign right back there.
Yes, I noticed that right away.
Yeah, Buck Buchanan.
Shout out to Buck.
Yeah, he was a listener of the show prior to opening up Core 4. And we interact with him quite a bit. And he's been on the show, when they first opened Core 4, and now we realize it's been what Kris? It's been like 5 years,
4 years, I think, since they opened up.
I can't remember. They just had an anniversary, I think.
Yeah.
And
all right, fourth. It was their fourth.
Okay, 4-year anniversary. So I know that he's probably going to jump on and listen to what you have to say as well, because
If he doesn't, I'll be sad. That was actually the first Oklahoma City brewery I ever went to was Cork.
Nice. Nice.
So him and Jilly are very dear to my heart.
Oh, good.
Aw,
Yeah, they're good
that's-
peeps.
Yes, they are.
It's a small world. It's a small world.
It is a small world.
And Roxanne said that we will be in Norman for a double release on August 9th through 10th. So
Mhm.
Yes.
get your beers ready, folks. All right. Denny,
All right, well-
what's in your glass then?
Well, you know what? I'm going with the lighter beer as well. I'm following suit here, and I'm doing the 208, which is the area code of Idaho, and this is Grand Teton's Golden Ale. 208 Idaho's Golden Ale, and it's a nice, golden ale, just easy drinking. This is our easy drinking beer. So lately I've been trying to drink, well, I mean, I always drink Idaho beer, but I've been trying to promote more in my introduction beer thing. If anyone's noticed, I've been drinking Idaho beers like every single episode for a while now on the air. So yeah, 208, great beer. Grand Teton's a awesome brewery up in Victor, Idaho, right near Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So if you want to go fly in and do some skiing and some adventuring, you can just go over the Grand Tetons to Victor and enjoy some beer there. Okay, well, let's get this show started. But before we get too far into it, we always want to let anyone new listening to Tap to Craft podcast know what we are all about. We are an educational podcast focused around celebrating all things craft beer because we want to assist you, our listener, along in your craft beer journey and adventures. And you're listening to episode 256, recording on Monday, May 13th, 2024. We are live on Facebook, and if you'd like to join us during our recording sessions sometime, you can do that at 8:30 Eastern Time on the Monday prior to release. And we release every 2 weeks on a Thursday. So if you know it's been 2 weeks, just join us on Monday. Well, if you forget, just look at your Facebook page. We will announce when we go live, and join us like many other people do. And this episode, we're going to focus mainly on, the main show is all about the Beer Babes family, nonprofit, and which is a global inclusive community for all women in beer. And we're going to interview Rachel and Shayna and find out about their craft beer journeys as well, because that's an important part of craft beer education, is learning how people's journeys evolve. And you can count on some great conversation as well. Kris and I would like to thank all of our Patreon supporters, because this episode is brought to you in part by our satisfied Patreon supporters like Mike Allen, Bill Schlemmer, Kevin and Amanda Argauer, Mike Blanchard, Tara Carlson, Jim Kutzel, Alex Fuchs, who are all our virtual producers, and Tom Byrne, Jeff Styler, Johan Halberg, Charlie Massa, Mark Church, and Eric Gronley, who want to buy us a virtual beer. If you enjoy the content we provide, we invite you to support the show by toasting your host or buying us a virtual beer, or even becoming a virtual producer. You can explore the options on our support page by visiting patreon.com/tapthecraft. All right, let's get into some beer talk. And Rachel and Shayna, let's talk about your craft beer journeys. We just have a few questions we like to ask the people we interview, our guests, on how they got started in craft beer and how it evolved over time. So I'll start off by asking you how you discovered craft beer. And what was your gateway beer into that craft? And whoever, Rachel, you start. I'll start with you. We'll go back and forth on who starts.
All right, sure. So I started exploring craft beer when I was in graduate school in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
There is a really cool chain of pubs, tap rooms, I'm not sure what they define themselves as, bar called the Flying Saucer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was in grad school a while ago. This is 2009. And so craft beer wasn't really a thing, certainly not in Memphis yet. And the Flying Saucer offered a really unique variety of beers from all over the world on tap.
Mm-hmm.
And my friends and I would go there for trivia once a week.
Mm.
And so I was always trying new and different beers that they had on tap there. And my gateway beer is probably Pyramid Apricot Wheat.
Ah, yes, Pyramid.
Yes. Yes. I
A
remember
little fruity.
whenever I saw a Pyramid beer on tap back in the, the aughts, I would always order it.
Okay. No, that's a
Yeah.
good gateway beer. Yeah, I think I mean, I think a gateway beer for my wife was also a fruited lager. It was a blueberry dark lager that she really fell in love with. And this is back in the 90s. It was a little bit before that, before you, but yeah, I think a lot of times when people don't necessarily like beer because they've only had some of that industrial lagers that just kind of taste, not so flavorful, that when they do have something that has some good flavor, they really, gravitate to it. So sometimes that fruit helps you, know that you actually do enjoy beer. It can't all just be, Budweiser and Coors.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, good. All right, Shayna, how about you? What was your gateway beer, and how'd you get started in craft beer?
So I lived over in Italy in Aviano, and that's when I started paying attention to, like you said, not what you just find in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to this little microbrewery / rotisserie chicken place called Buffets. And all they had was rotisserie chicken, awesome fries, and this red beer. And that was my gateway. I actually still have the big crowler I brought back with me, and that was 2005.
Okay,
A
so
simple
what was
menu. I like it.
Yeah, what was the red beer?
Yeah.
Did they tell you what the name of it is or the style?
It's
Just like
the
a
red ale.
Just the red ale?
I was not fluent enough in Italian to be able to tell you more. I probably should have researched it, and I could have told you before this, but
Okay, so when you experienced this beer, what about it did you find it was that attracted you to it, and attracted you to actually trying other beers that aren't just the normal lager?
definitely it had so much flavor.
Mhm.
It was just different, set aside from everything else I'd had. And because up until that point, I was pretty much like a Heineken Corona girl.
Okay.
So like having that, then we had a little corner store, and I went in there, and for like €2, you got this big beer.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, why not? Let's get adventurous. So I got that. And it just kind of went from there. Every time I go in there, I would just pick a different one to try. And that's pretty much just how it started.
Oh, good. Well, good. Yeah, that makes sense. It's I for work I visit Israel a lot. I haven't gone since COVID. Travel has kind of been reduced, but the same thing. I used to go to the corner store, and it was 8 shekels for a beer, and for like a 16-ounce, beer, and I would just go into the store, grab whatever they had, and pay my 8 shekels and walk down the street and enjoy a nice cold beer. Some were good, some were not so good, but you find the ones you like, and you go back to them. But now what's funny is that over the years, Israel has a really grown into a really nice craft beer scene. It's kind of booming, and it's funny because they don't support necessarily beer. It's not something that, beer is heavily taxed there, where distilled liquors and spirits are not as taxed as heavily. And so a lot of people, drink a lot of the spirits because it's cheaper to do that than the beer. So I think there's some movements over there to try to change some of the laws and make beer more affordable, so that breweries can survive without having to pay too much taxes and
Do you
stuff.
know why there's such a difference? That's really intriguing to me.
I don't remember. Someone told me like why there was a difference, but I do not remember. And the person who told me, his wife actually worked as the distributor, like a alcohol distributor in Tel Aviv.
Uh-huh.
And so she was familiar with it, and he told me, because I asked the same thing, why in the world is everything taxed so much? And he mentioned it to me, but to be honest with you, it escapes me now.
Sure.
I didn't hold on to that fact, but yeah, just a interesting thing.
I'll have to look that up later, because that's very interesting to me. Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing about, when you're discovering craft beer, you find one that is pleasing to your palate, and then you think, oh, like this light bulb, ding, 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 goes off, and you're like, oh, if this is good,
Yeah.
what else is good? And then you kind of start experimenting with different things. Like Shayna said, anytime she went into that corner store, she's going to try something that's new because she had a great experience with this other thing that was new.
Or bad.
Yeah.
So we're not going back to that one.
And certainly for me, working behind the bar and serving people. And so my brewery, we don't have a liquor license that allows for us to have wine or spirits. We only serve what we make. And so it's not uncommon for a wine drinker and a beer drinker to come in, and for the wine drinker to be like, oh, well, you don't have anything for me. And 9 times out of 10, if they're open-minded and they try enough beers, they will find one that they like. So it's being open-minded and allowing your palate to expand, and then the whole wide world opens up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next question is do you guys have a favorite beer style, and what's your go-to beer?
Go ahead, Shayna.
Yep.
Belgian style is my favorite. Saison is my all-time favorite.
Nice.
For sure.
That's definitely a one that's not heard of as a favorite.
Yeah.
Very often.
Really?
Yeah.
It's one of my
Wow.
favorites. I love it, but we have this, Kris is not wasn't a big fan of Saisons or Belgian beers, but now he's changed his ways since being on the show.
Yeah. That's actually how I got affiliated with the show. I started sending them emails going, I don't know how you guys drink Belgian beers. They're awful. And now they're delicious.
It's amazing how your palate changes and expands.
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite used to be IPAs.
Yeah.
And now it's the last 4 years.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in the same vein as Shayna. Farmhouse or Saisons are my favorite. I love the broad nature of the style. I love how you never know what you're going to get. Is it going to be funky? Is it going to be floral? Is it going to be peppery? And I think that's what terrifies most people about Saisons and farmhouses. But that's why I love them, because I love the varying interpretations of the style.
Yeah, very, very well said. That's what I agree. Some people say the style's too broad and makes people, like you said, scared to try one. They might like one, they try another one, it's like totally different and throws them off.
Yep.
But I also really appreciate the Saisons and farmhouse ales. Now, in Arizona and in Oklahoma, do you have breweries that are brewing a lot of Saisons, or where are you getting your Saisons from?
I get mine from Cabin Boys in Tulsa.
Okay.
That's my favorite, hands down. I've had a couple in Oklahoma City. It is slowly coming back, but it's not a big thing here. But it's coming back. But I feel like what you said, Denny, applies also to like any IPA or stout. And Rachel, you said it too. Like everyone's different.
Yeah. True.
So
true.
my point is, go try a different Saison. You never know. You might love it.
You just said what Kris's slogan is. What's your slogan, Kris?
Yeah, if you don't like the style, you just haven't tried the right one.
Yeah,
I like
trying.
that.
So
That's
true.
smart.
So true. Yeah. Can't say you don't like it till you try it. That's the end of the story.
But then because they are all so diverse, I mean, we have one of our old co-host, John, owns a brewery in Ohio, and he brews a Saison that I absolutely love. Most of the other ones, though, not so much.
Yeah.
And even some of our listeners who visited Trek Brewing, they go there and they try a Saison, and they don't like Saisons either, but they drink his and they say, wow, this is a really good Saison. And me, who loves Saisons, I even say it's a really good Saison. So it reaches out to the broad, broadly to people, because whether you like them or dislike like Saison style, this beer welcomes everyone, whether you like it or not. Okay, so talking about whether you like a style or not, what style did you dislike at first, but have grown since to enjoy?
Well, a style that I am still working
Okay.
very much towards appreciating is any variation of a sour. My palate does not like it. I get that awful, painful zing in the bottom of my jaw. Of course, there are some beautifully well done, nuanced sours. But yeah, if the pH is a little bit too high, if it's too fruited, I mean, again, this is the American interpretation of the sour beer is huge, right? And again, you never know what kind of sour you're going to get when you're trying it. Is it going to be more traditional Belgian style sour, or is it going to be some crazy kettle sour, or is it the fruited smoothie, whatever the fuck sour those are?
You mean breakfast with beer in it? Yeah.
Yeah, those I can't. I apologize, but I don't apologize. Like, I cannot get behind those. They're just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So which style? So you're starting to branch out to enjoy some sours. Which sours have you liked more than others that you're warming up to?
Well,
like Berliner Weiss or Gozas or
yeah, those are nice if they're well balanced. They're brewed with, paying attention to the balance in the style, which traditionally those kinds of sours are very well done, very well balanced. Yes. Okay. I think some of the American interpretations, which of course here in America, we like to push a style as hard as we can. So some of those more intense sour beers that, like I said, hurt my jaw, I will politely pass.
Okay. Yeah.
They make your cheeks tuck in.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
A1 sauce right there, and you're just like,
yeah, it hurts right here.
Right, it's in my gullet.
All right, Shayna, how about you? What style did you dislike, but now you've grown to love?
I'm gonna go with Pilsner, especially Italian Pilsners.
Oh, okay. So you dislike Pilsners, but you found that you enjoy the Italian Pilsner as
it wasn't even so much I didn't like the Pilsner, it just didn't do anything for me. It wasn't like I was talking earlier about that. I really appreciate that burst of flavor. And now it's just smooth and crisp, and sometimes I'm in a mood for just that. I don't need like a 450 North, one of those sours.
Yeah.
It's just to the point and refreshing. So
sounds good.
So is there a brewery or beer that doesn't get enough love in your eyes? A brewery or a beer?
Yeah.
Who's the unsung hero? Who's brewing that beer that everybody needs to know about, but no one does?
Or the stepsister that is forgotten.
I was gonna say redheaded stepchild, but that's not okay right now.
That's okay. Neither of us are natural redheads, so it's okay. No. So truthfully, I don't think I can speak to like a specific beer that a specific brewery makes. But I think, and I'm kind of seeing a trend in the American craft beer culture as a whole right now, but the more traditional, very simple styles that you can't hide off flavors behind a massive amount of hops or a massive amount of black patent malt or any sort of other adjuncts, that you can throw in there to mask any sort of off flavor, or just, that little bit that might prove to other people that maybe it wasn't quite right. So lagers, German style lagers or Pilsners. I mean, they're trending up. I'm seeing more of them, but 5 years ago, nobody would have given any attention at all to a well-made Pilsner or German lager. They would have been like, what is that? That is light and weird and annoying. And where's my double IPA?
Just say my name, Rachel. Say my name. I know. It was me 5 years ago. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But see, look, but now look at what you just said. This is
Mhm.
it's a perfect illustration of how things are constantly ebbing and flowing
Mhm.
and how people's palates change. We get burned
Mhm.
out by certain flavors and that intensity, and then you end up coming back to the more nuanced, delicate, have to be well brewed
Mm.
beers.
We call those beer
Absolutely.
flavored beers. And man, they're
Beer
so
flavored
good. They're
beers.
so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a you get a craft made American light lager, and there's no hiding anything in that. And
No.
and when you get a good one of those, it's like heaven, right? And there's not a huge amount of flavor, but the flavor there stands out because
Mhm.
there's nothing else hiding it, right? You taste that
Yeah.
malt, you get that crispiness, that that lighter feeling, and the effervescence of the carbonation coming up, and it's really enjoyable. And I found, and I was like you, Shayna, five, maybe 10 years, go back 10 years, and I wasn't drinking lagers. I was drinking IPAs for 10 straight years because that's I wanted that flavor, and I wanted, something that made me happy, and I stayed away from lagers. Well, I started experimenting back into some of those simpler beers, and I've just found that wow, my palate is adjusted, even though I've doused it with so many hops and bitterness. You know, I can still enjoy these light lagers and German lagers as well. I love a good German lager, and so I've gone. I started off with lagers, and went around the circle, and I'm back at lagers again, and I'm now I keep going around that circle and appreciating the
Mhm.
different styles. So good, yeah, I agree. Any light lager that craft beers, or craft breweries are making that are, uh, you know, well done are definitely a style that is overlooked because people think that they just don't have any flavor. It's like,
Yeah, you gotta go back to the classics to reset your
yeah,
palate for sure.
yeah. Okay, we got both of you, right? I think. Oh wait, did we get? No, we haven't. Shayna, you didn't say what beer style. Rachel said hers, right? Did I lose track? Did Shayna say what beer doesn't get enough love for brewery?
I have not yet.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I didn't want to rush you.
Well, basically, I was going to say what Rachel said because it's so true.
We're all on the same page then.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page.
We hang out too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we
Well,
Same from our
don't.
phones.
Beforehand.
We don't. We never will spend enough time together. Ever.
okay, so I'm going to throw another hard question out for you. So be prepared. I have to think about this for a second. Is there a brewery, a beer, or a style of beer that is no longer around that you wish would make a comeback? Brewery, a beer, or a style. So something that's missing, that used to be out there and now is no longer there.
I don't feel like radlers are a really big thing anymore. I'm sorry, Rachel. I just jumped the gun on that.
No, you're perfect. Keep going. Radlers. Yes.
Radlers.
Okay.
I love radlers. I love a great radler.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love trying all the different flavors of radlers. I'd have to say the raspberry and grapefruit radlers I love those.
Okay.
But that is, yeah, I don't see enough of them for sure.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They have kind of slowed down now that that and shandies as well kind of
Mhm.
Love a good shandy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe those will kind of start coming back with the lighter lager, more traditional styles trend
Mhm.
here in the States. We'll see. I think a lot of people are looking for lighter ABV options, just as much as people are looking for the super high ABV options.
Mhm.
So maybe we'll see a trend towards that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Mhm.
I am going to talk about the beer that I said was my gateway beer because apricot, wheat, pyramid, they don't exist anymore, and it would be really interesting for me to try that beer now and to see what I think of it now. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So not too long ago, I lose track of time, but we did get some of that because that was one of the beers that my wife liked as well early on, and she grabbed one, and it wasn't quite the same as what she remembered. I think again because
Yeah.
her palate had matured and she was,
hmm
she had moved up to the, she loves West Coast piney IPAs, right? She loves that. She loves big bold stouts. She's not a big lager fan anymore. She moved away from the lager and the fruity beers and went more towards the IPAs and stouts and things that have a big flavor. But yeah, it didn't hold up over the years. I don't think. I bet if you
Yeah.
were to have one, if all of a sudden they'd produce it again and you'd have it, I think you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. But
I
hey,
I
it's worth.
think probably so. I think probably so. I would imagine that the apricot that they're using was just simply some sort of syrup flavoring. And yeah, my very inexperienced baby beer drinking palate thought it was lovely, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that very same
still,
thing.
I would love to try it anyways.
Yeah, I saw that Buffets is actually still up and running over in Italy, and I'm like, I really want to go there again. But I'm like, but I don't. That's it. I'll just like, I might ruin. I risk ruining, that experience, that
Ooh.
memory with, oh God, I don't like this, but everyone is raving. But for me personally, talking about palates and the changes in taste, I don't know.
Someone
see.
tells me you could get away with it. It would be one of those things where it would be that placebo effect. In your brain, it's already so good. And then you get there and you try it and you'd be like, yep, it's not the best that I remember, but it's still delicious. And you wouldn't ruin it completely unless you just
Yeah,
did it over and over again.
because I'm not gonna lie. If I get over there, I'm going. Like, I have to.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about rating some beers. So are you going to rate your beers? Because we talk about Untapped a lot, not, depending on,
boy.
yeah. And
This
mostly,
is the subject for
yeah.
me.
And that's
This is a
usually,
subject for her.
that's usually folks in the, in the craft beer world who work in it on a daily basis. That's usually the response that we get when we talk about Untapped. So if you were going to rate your beers, do you rate them on your just overall enjoyment, or do you rate it against others within the same style?
Are we talking Untapped specifically, or just overall?
Just rating beers.
So yeah,
Okay.
overall.
Yeah, not necessarily what you would put on if you were using the app or not, but
Rachel?
I think rating beers, unless you are in a formal BJCP situation where you are literally a trained beer judge, it doesn't matter what you fucking think.
that's true. Yeah.
And that's the end of the story. I'm on Untapped to log the beers of which I drink because it's fun to look back.
Yep.
But I give everybody a 5 because I know how hard it is and how hard people work, not only to make that beer, but to sell that beer and to get it into consumers' hands. And anyone that's putting in a hard day's work, making beer and serving it to their community, they deserve a high 5 10 times over. So everybody gets a 5 on Untapped from me personally.
That's probably the best answer we've probably heard in a long time. Not necessarily just it's just a 5. Because I used to have an employee that would do that. Regardless of the beer, it was just a 5. She enjoyed beer, but it was just always a 5. But what you said behind it, hey, you put in a hard day's work. You guys are trying to get the beer out there, get your name out there. Yeah, you deserve a high 5.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like I was telling Rachel, or it was a comment I made on one of your posts a while back. Untapped to the craft beer community is like TripAdvisor to hotels or Yelp to restaurants. Like,
oh, Yelp. Ugh.
it's, you know what I mean?
You might as well call
People
it the Better
suck.
Business Bureau.
People suck.
Yeah.
Beer.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're fucking terrible. And one of my, I could rant. I apologize. I could rant about Untapped all day long, but one of my pet peeves is when people are drinking said beer style. Let's say a Hefeweizen, and they rate it, and they're like, "Oh, well, it tastes like bananas, and I fucking hate bananas." It's like, what? Like. What?
Yeah.
It makes me crazy. It makes me crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just because people will be people. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they
People-
suck. They suck a lot.
Continue. I love your rants about untapped racing.
No, I
It's
think
the
I've
highlight
got
of every
my
trip.
point across. But yeah, if you are not a trained BJCP judge, shut up.
That should be on a t-shirt.
Yes, it should be.
You should do that.
All right, Shayna, how about you? What is your opinion on how do you rate your beers?
I don't have untapped. It's either I like it or I don't. Like
Okay.
that's
So
it. It's
you're
Roman
binary.
times.
It's 1 or 0. 1
Yeah.
good, 0 bad.
Yeah.
There's no in between. It's got to be good or
No,
bad.
it's either I like it or I don't care for it.
What if you really, really, really like it? What if you're
really
standing
like
in front of a store and you've got 6 beers, you know you like them all, but you don't know which one you want to choose. You only buy 1 6-pack. How do you choose?
I leave and go to the store where I can buy all 6 and I take them home.
Well, I mean,
Make
you
my
can
own
buy all
6-pack.
6 there. You just don't have enough money, right? This is your last $10.
It has to do with my mood. What am I feeling? What
Okay.
season is it? Like there's so many factors. Did I just eat? What did I just eat? What's gonna maybe go with that?
See, that's what would make your Italian red taste so much better, because there was the environment. We talk about that a lot too. Your environment in which you're in can make beers taste better or worse depending on what's going on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have one bonus question for you. This one's a little more lighthearted. If you were able to name a beer or a brewery, what would you call it? A beer or a brewery? Or both.
I have some of these names written down, but I don't know them off the top of my head. I have like a notes portion of my phone where I write down stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're
man.
not the only one.
Yeah, I have one for band names too, which I don't even play an instrument, but it's like, that would be a cool band name. I'm going to write that down.
The Shamrocks, RAWK, Shamrocks.
Perfect.
That's my
Perfect.
big name. But back to beer.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Yeah, I never thought about it. You never thought of if you were to own your own brewery, what would you call it? Or you want a beer named after you?
It would have to be something pertaining to history in some way, because I'm a big history nerd. Probably something with women, go figure. I don't know. Something with alewives or brewsters or something like that. But yeah, I'd have to think about it a little bit more.
I mean, I guess, did you name the Beer Babes family? Or how did that?
So
you kind of did name something, I guess, right?
Yeah, we did. So Roxanne, who had commented earlier, Roxy, she's the other founder of the Beer Babes family.
Okay.
She lives in Montreal.
Okay.
And yeah. So we're international. She handles Canada. I handle the United States.
Okay.
But no, we were just kind of bantering. The story of how we started is originally it was just a engagement group on Instagram for women in beer. And so we were like, well, what should we call it? Trying to be all cutesy and stuff. And we're like, well, we'll be the Beer Babes family. And that's really all that it was.
Okay.
And then it just took off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so it was a group effort to name the Beer Babes family then.
Well, it was between me and Roxy, but
okay.
collaborative. Yes. Between the two of us. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shayna, do you have an answer or is this too tough of a question?
I do. I'm actually working with Big, and I'm going to be having a beer flavor profile I picked out and everything and the name, but can't say it yet.
Okay. Oh,
I know I've kept it hush hush until now, but yeah.
Well, when will it be public? In a month or so, or do you know?
I hope so. That would be great.
All right. Well, we'll have to be paying attention and find out what you actually name it so we can promote it later on.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well,
I bet you guys can already guess the style.
Yeah, good guess. We won't spoil it though for anyone out there that can't guess, but
Yeah, that didn't listen just a while
Yeah.
ago.
all right. Well, if you guys do think of something else you want to name, you can bring it up later, but we'll move on. So we
If
don't-
I was Jewish, it would be She Brews. That would be
Oh,
the
She
name of my
Brews.
That
brewery.
works.
Okay. The She Brews.
That's what I got. She Brews.
Not bad for
All
on the
right.
fly.
Well, thank you both for sharing your craft beer journeys. Like you already discovered, and what we discover all the time is that the craft beer journey is ever evolving, and it usually starts in one spot and goes back full circle, and you end up back where you started at one point, and then keep on chugging. And it's nice to hear how other people, journey is going. So I hope maybe we can find out about how your journey continues on 5-6 years from now as well. Maybe you'll like those sours and you'll appreciate those pilsners and lagers even more than you do now, and maybe some smoked beers too.
Oh
Rock-
my gosh, I forgot all about smoked porters.
Route beer.
The rock beer,
Alaskan
yeah.
Brewery with their smoked porter.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a
I
good
just
one.
had it the first time this year, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, well, we'll move on to the show. We do enjoy having our listeners provide feedback. We have a voicemail line that doesn't get used enough. Please leave us a voicemail at 208-536-3359. And you know what? I know you've been drinking. We've been drinking. If you can't remember that many numbers, it's 208 oddly. Nice, easy number. Put it in your phone. Tell Siri or Google to call Tap the Craft Podcast. Leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear your voice on the air. If you're too shy, I know Kris doesn't want me to give you an out. I'll give you an out. You can leave us a voice or an email at tapthecraft@gmail.com, or join us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/tapthecraft and leave a post on our wall there. We do have a website at tapthecraft.com, and we also have a Discord server. Yes, if you want to join our own private community, you're tired of all that social media where all these losers are out there making fun of good beer, you can join our Discord at tapthecraft.com/Discord, and you will be with like-minded beer lovers. All good. It's a good community there. So go join us there, and we can talk about beer together.
Well, Denny, I reached out to everybody on our Facebook page and asked them the same question. If you were to name a beer or a brewery, what would you call it? Roxy, of course, said the Beer Babes Family Brewery.
There you go.
Right? Good answer.
Yep.
And I also got a comment from Matt Griffo, which he lives like a mile that way, which is pretty awesome. He said naming beers is difficult because 2 days later the name sounds dumb. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Matt. Normally when you're drinking, the beer name sounds awesome until you get to it. And I have to read this one. He also said the brewery name he'd go with is Phobia.
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 Oh, okay.
And then
It's a little
Tyler Moss, recent college graduate. Congratulations, Tyler. He said Kris McKenzie is the coolest beer consumer I know. And I have to read that because, it's my name.
Aw, way to go, Kris. You're our
Thanks,
hero.
Tyler. Yeah, I had a few people answer that question too. But Matt, yeah, sometimes the name does sound dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to go into the brew buzz, which is the main topic. We already started to talk about the Beer Babes family. We found out how the name originated, but we want to find out more details on the Beer Babes family nonprofit. And of course, whatever else you guys are doing too would be great. I just kind of focused on the Beer Babes. We can go off topic as well. But the Beer Babes family website can be found at beerbabesfamily.com. So go visit, see what they're all about, to get more information that we may not talk about. And first off, I would like, I guess, this goes out to either of you. Whoever wants to answer these questions, you guys can, join in together, or one can take it and the other one can take another question. But I'd like to first find out about how the Beer Babes family got started and what your mission statement is for this nonprofit.
Sure. So yeah, so I touched a little bit before about how we started. So we started initially as an interaction group on Instagram to support other beer drinking women. And the women that was in this original group of 20, we started using the hashtag Beer Babes Family. And that kind of started to take off because they were using it with every post that they would make. And then people started asking, well, what is the Beer Babes Family? And Roxy and I were like, well, we're not anything special. We're just a group of women that like beer. So then other people outside of this engagement group started using the hashtag Beer Babes Family. If just a woman that was enjoying her beer, she would just throw it on her post. And so that really started taking off just naturally by itself. And then, so in Arizona, where I live, there was a home brewer that reached out to us, and he said, I would like to do a home brew for you guys, and you can sell the beer and then donate the proceeds to whatever charity you deem fit. And we were like, that's a cool idea. Yes, absolutely, we will do that. He brewed a hibiscus hazy IPA that was so delicious and so popular that he had to make like 3 iterations of it because
awesome.
people kept finding out about it and wanting more and more and more. But he stopped at 3. He was like, you guys, this is enough. Like, I can't. So we appreciate him. His brewery is Ember Brewing in Cave Creek, Arizona. He's still a home brewer. Super amazing person. So after we did this, we were like, well, this is kind of an interesting thing. Like, let's do more collaborations. So initially we started donating to the Pink Boot Society, which made perfect sense to us. And we did 3 other Girl Crush versions of that beer. So our first collaboration beers were called Girl Crush. We learned shortly thereafter that that name was trademarked, so we could no longer use it. There was no cease and desist or anything like that, but we did our research. We found out that somebody already had that name, so we said, forget it, we won't use that anymore. So we started using the name Babe Brew for all of our collaborations. And after a little while, Roxy and I, because we both work in the beer industry, we were like, well, what can we potentially provide that's different than the Pink Boots Society? And because Pink Boots is education focused and Roxy and I were in the business already, we were like, well, why don't we do something that's business focused to help women once they're out of school and they're in the beer industry? How can we help them further? So we decided to make the Beer Babes Family a legal nonprofit in the United States and in Canada in 2022. And we raise money mostly today through doing collaborations throughout North America. Usually it's $1 per pint or can sold that gets donated to our business grants fund. And we gift 1 business grant per calendar year to a woman in the beer industry who is trying to improve her beer business. So you don't have to own a brewery per se, but you do need to be a woman or identifying as a woman that works for a beer business of which is trying to improve. So last year, our winner was a head brewer and co-owner of the Granite Brewery in Toronto, Ontario. And it's a family brewery, so her father started it. It's been around 30 plus years. But they do a really interesting open fermentation situation. And she was like, I would really love to have a closed fermenter so that I can brew some more modern styles of beer. So we were able to give her enough money so she could buy a closed fermenter.
Nice.
So that is us in a nutshell. And then, of course, we are an online community. We are a community out in the world. Shayna is a huge part of that. Our Babe Brew releases, we try to make them as big as possible so that the brewery makes as much money as possible. Women travel from all over North America to come out and support the brewery, buy the beer, post on social media. It's all about uplifting everybody that's involved.
Wow, Rachel, Did you have secret?
She had access to our outline.
notes because you got half of my questions
And
already
you-
in that one thing.
And you did them in order too.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay because I can think on the fly as well. So I want to go back to you and Roxy. How did
Yes.
you and Roxy meet? When she's in Montreal, Canada, and you're in
Yep.
Arizona, how did you two get together?
So it's kind of cute, kind of, so
Me too.
it was during COVID.
Okay.
And that's kind of, I was not laid off, but I was dismissed from my job for several months. And so I found myself with all this spare time. And that's when I started really digging into what Instagram is, how can I use it, and the greatness of it all, which it can be
Okay.
great. And so that's when I really started posting about beer and trying to really engage people in the beer community. And I was drunk scrolling late one night. You
Oh,
you
the
have
best.
you have a few, and you're just like scrolling, and I come across this photograph of Roxy with a beer in the city of Montreal, and she's talking about history and beer. So my background is in history and archaeology, and Montreal is one of my most favorite cities in the world. And so all of these things, woman, beer, Montreal history, I was like, who is this person?
Did we just
So-
become best friends?
No, that's literally what I did. Like, I messaged her immediately and I said, hey, you're cool. I like what you're posting. Can we be friends? And she was like, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we started talking, and then we started that all women in beer engagement group, and that's how it started.
Okay, good story.
Yeah.
I like that story. All right, now again, back to what you explained earlier. Now, a home brewer reached out to you and wanted to promote, do a little promotion thing. A few things were raised in my head when I heard home brewer selling, collaborating to sell beer and you get the profit. So how did that work? You made 3 batches, but how are you selling this beer? Was it only local, or were you having festivals and people are coming and paying to drink the beer, and the profits are going to the beer bears? Can you explain how that first collaboration beer, how the money was done?
So this was before we were anything legal, anything real. We were still an engagement group at this point. So it was more of a fundraising event for the Pink Boots Society. So I created a very small, simple website that had a PayPal link to it. And if you wanted to purchase the beer, you had to make a donation, and then there was a form you had to fill out that gave your address and all of those things. And then I shipped the beer to you.
Okay. So it was all under the table. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
No one heard that, but yeah, okay. So it was all like just fly by the seat of your pants, and you were doing a lot of shipping if you had to make 3 batches.
Well, they were 5-gallon homebrew batches, so they weren't huge.
Yeah, but still, 5 gallons makes a lot of beer.
Yeah.
You made it work though. I appreciate that.
It's a half barrel worth of beer, so that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, so they made a donation, and then I would get notified when they made that donation, and then I would ship them the beer.
Okay. Do you know about how much you were able to give to the Pink Boots Society that year?
I believe that was $900.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, so
Okay.
people could choose how much money they wanted to donate. So some people would donate $100 for a 4-pack, and other people would donate, $5 for a 4-pack. So
Okay.
I mean, it leveled itself out, but it was all donation,
Okay.
only. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what about I don't know which one I should pick here, Denny. Like, we've touched on a lot of these.
Well, you can just just pick and choose. And
okay. Well, then So how many of these you guys call them babe brews, right?
Hmm?
So how many of those have you guys done since your inception?
So this is where I wish Roxy was here. And if Roxy, if you're here and you can type it in,
I mean,
let
Spit it out, babe.
she
let them
texted
know.
something. She texted something 4 minutes ago, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping
So she is
34.
crucial 34. Yep. So
Wow.
yes.
Thank you
So
very
since
much.
our iteration, so that would have been from 2022. This year in 2024, our goal was to have 24 collaborations, so 2 per month. I believe we're going to beat that this year. And then for next year, 2025, our goal is to have 50 collaborations for the year.
And she
Yeah.
said you guys also worked with 40 breweries.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yes.
And we actually
Yeah.
already have people on the calendar for next year.
Yep. For 2025. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're over here trying to get you guys on a Kyle from Marker 48 over here back and forth with Roxy trying to get her in over with Tina and Mo.
Oh, with the Marker 48. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you go about, finding breweries you want to collaborate for with this babe
That-
brew?
That's where our ambassadors come in.
Okay.
We have girls all throughout North America, and then they'll like walk into their favorite brewery, tell them about us, and then it happens organically.
Mhm.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
and then you agreed to that they agree they want to collaborate, and then there's I'm assuming it depends on the size of the brewery of what kind of batches they make. Is a lot of these batches small batches like 1 barrel or 3 barrels, or what's the size that these bay brews usually produce?
Well, like
It
you
really,
said, go ahead.
oh, no, I just say it really varies. There's no brewery that we won't work with,
Mm-hmm.
even if they're a small operation. So 2 barrel to 10 barrel to 20 barrel to whatever. I mean, maybe someday we'll work with a brewery that is much larger than that, hopefully. But yeah, essentially, if you want to support us, we want to support you. So whatever we can do to collaborate together, we'll make it happen.
We have some that can, we have some that bottle, we have some that are tap only.
Mhm. Yep.
So we work
Yep.
with everybody.
Yep.
Does it change the amount that gets donated depending on how it's served? Is it less for packaged, or is it the same dollar per beer that they donate to you?
So we leave that up to the brewery's discretion. I mean, legally, we can't tell them what they can or can't donate. We do have them sign a very simple, it's not a legal binding contract, but it is a contract that simply says, we understand what we're doing here. And usually on that contract, it says $1 per pint or can.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And we highly encourage the brewery to just simply upcharge that. So if you charge $7 for a normal pint, well, this is a charity pint, so charge $8 for it. And people don't even bat an eye at that.
Nope.
So nobody's out any money. Roxy and I, being in the industry, knowing how hard it is, understanding all of the work and effort that goes into everything in the brewing and serving process, we want to ensure that our brewery partners make money. And that's why it's so important that we have these events, that women and men do travel for these events, because we want to be as supportive as we possibly can for these brewery partners that are supporting us. It's really, really important to Roxy and I.
And the more girls we have traveled, and they're going to buy whatever beer they really like from that brewery, and they'll like take it home with them. And then, the word just spreads, and it's great for everybody to get the buzz going and everything.
And this is pretty cool too, because we have Roxy giving us a couple of answers to your questions too, Denny. She said that they are booking into 2025 now.
Oh.
And she said, "I'm doing my job here," with a big smiley face. I told her she was nailing it. She said that she's also spent a lot of time, where to go? Spent a lot of times on social media connecting with breweries and things like that too. They try to make it as easy as possible for all the breweries that they work with. And some breweries get free stuff too, like hops, yeast, labels, etc.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Griffo said, "Hey man, I'll always pay extra for a charity beer."
Yeah.
I feel like everybody that goes into a brewery, especially for release day, like Rachel said, they're not going to bat an eye to pay that extra $1.
Well, hell, how many times have we gone into breweries and gotten, glasses like this and paid a couple of extra bucks for it? I mean,
Sure.
Yeah. $15 for a beer and the glass? What?
I know it's a deal,
like,
right?
My son is like, if you buy any more glasses, he's like, they're in the food pantry now. Like, they're just overflowing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know.
I have too huge of a glass collection as well that they're all stacked in our utility room, because the ones that are old that don't get as much playtime. But yeah, I collect way too many glasses as well.
Same.
Yeah.
It's all right. There's worse things in the world.
Absolutely. Very true.
Like meth. Don't do meth. Just
Don't
collect
do
beer
that.
glasses.
No.
Stay in school, kids.
That's right.
So how about like when you approach a brewery, or a brewery approaches you and you agree to go ahead and do one of these Babe brews, what are the guidelines that you put in place to make sure that everything's being done in a way that represents the Beer Babes family in the right light? Is there any guidelines they must follow?
So as far as beer style goes, no. We do require that you use our artwork. So similar to Black is Beautiful or Brave Noise. Yes, thank you, Shayna. So that is the 2024 label for all of our Babe Brew collaborations. So that it's very brand forward. So no matter if you are in Montreal or Vancouver or Phoenix, Arizona, or Fort Lauderdale, Florida, all these other places in between all of that where we've had collaborations, you see that artwork and you know that it is a Beer Babes family charity beer.
Okay.
Outside of that, the style parameters are completely up to the brewery. We want you guys to showcase whatever it is that you want the world to see. So like Shayna was elaborating on earlier, girls travel, they bring this beer home, they share it in their local communities. So whatever it is that you want the world to see and how you want to represent yourself to the world, then that is what you should brew.
Pretty cool.
Is there have there ever been any of these collaborations where you bring in other women breweries or brewers or women who want to become brewers to help in a collaboration to promote this Babe Brew, or is that something that you might think about, as a promotion for hey, collaborate, and we'd like to there's some local people, some local ladies that would like to come in and learn the brewing process and help with the beer. Is that something that has been
Shayna,
done,
take it away.
Okay.
You've been to a bunch of brew days.
Yeah, we actually do that. We encourage everybody that's local to that area to come in, learn, help out, or just, observe, get to know us, get to know our mission, who we are, get to know the brewery we're working with. So that is always a very large extended welcome to every collab on Brew Day for them to come in and join.
Okay.
And a lot of our ambassadors that are the local, they will have their friends come with them, invite, their girlfriends and whatnot. And so that's a big thing.
Yeah, for sure.
On release day, what kind of big celebration do you have? Do you bring everyone in, and like how does a release day go at a brewery that you collab with?
Take it away, Shayna. This is you, baby.
Okay.
It's her time to shine.
Let's talk about Florida. Let's talk about Orlando. We had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, our first triple release at 3 different breweries, and it was great. It was a large crowd. They come in. We get when we can, we have music going, food truck. We work with the breweries to make the day just really, fantastic. And that was a really good example. It was tiring, but it was so worth it. each day we had new people coming. And the one thing I definitely liked about the first release day in Orlando was that everybody went and said, oh my gosh, and there's 2 more left. So it garnered more attention. But they're usually 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours long is our set time that we are there, and just, you know, doing our thing, hyping everybody up, talking to people. So
do you bring any swag that you give away or anything?
we do. A lot of times we have a table set up. We'll do a raffle with the brewery. They'll throw some stuff in, and, you know, people just come, they'll like scan the QR code, donate, and, you know, they have their ticket. And we're always selling our Beer Babes family shirts at the releases. We usually have stickers, information, everything.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, when Shayna can, she'll try to book music. She'll try to get a food truck if the brewery doesn't serve food. We definitely try to make it a destination.
As memorable. Like the one we just had in Nashville at Crazy Gnome Brewery, we released this strawberry margarita beer, and so we had a taco truck there, just kind of compliment and go with, and it was great.
Yeah, we heard about Crazy Gnome Brewery before. It was one of our guests.
Last month, we had a release at Nonsuch Brewing in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Sorry. And we had a beer and food pairing dinner as a part of our release and as part of a fundraising event.
Nice.
That I led, and we also had other speakers, other women in the brewing industry come up and talk about their various experiences. Roxy gave a really informative talk about the Beer Babes, what we do, who we are, all that sort of stuff. So we try to be broad and expansive and very wide open to any sort of extraneous fundraising events that, you know, the brewery might be able to help provide for us. So yeah.
All right, one last question. You guys did a great job of answering our questions. What, like, looking into the future, you have what you're doing now, and you've slowly grown to where you're at now. What are your future plans for the Beer Babe family? What if you were to have have your dreams met, what would you want, or what would you like to have the Beer Babes family turn into, or get to a point in the future?
World domination.
Yes. That's what I was.
I tell you what, Shayna, you're simple. I love it. It's just perfect. You're like, we got chicken, fries, and beer. That's good.
Yep.
She's like, I either like the beer or I
World
don't.
domination.
And then we dominate the world.
Yeah. That's why she's so perfect.
I guess what I'm thinking is, like, right now you sponsor one female in the industry, in the brewery, whether it's to get them maybe through training or to buy them some equipment or whatever. Is there plans to increase that to 2 a year or more, depending on how much fundraising you can do, and if things all of a sudden ramp up and you're getting a lot more fundraising, and you can do more things? Is there other grants that you might be willing to donate, like 1 year of schooling or 1 year of paid internship to a brewery for a female brewer? Or, I mean, is there anything like that you guys have tossed around as a future possibility?
So we definitely want to stay on the business side of things, because Pink Boots has all that education stuff really covered. So what we are going to do is always going to be business focused. One thing that Roxy and I have kind of learned as we've navigated this is that we don't, it's not good to have any expectations, because then you're let down. So, and through all of this, we've had no expectations. It's just kind of like, let's see what happens. Let's try this. Let's do this. Let's talk to this person. And we're very fortunate in that it has grown naturally all by itself. So I think we are just going to feel it out and see. Part of having the ability to gift a business grant is having applicants that are relevant to that grant. So We need to get the word out there more. We need to be more in the community. We need to have more women involved, and women that actually really truly need this money to improve their business, to apply to our grant. We're very particular in who we pick, because we work really hard for this money. And so we want to make sure that the person that receives it is going to do the same. They're going to continue working hard to, use that equipment to continue making, great beer and stuff like that. So we take it one day at a time. We would love to, like Shayna said, be in other parts of the world. There are, of course, complications with that we haven't navigated yet. But yeah, we've got some ideas on the back burner, but we're talking like 5-10 years out, maybe having tap rooms where portions of the proceeds of all of the beer sales come back to the Beer Babes family. Festivals, yeah, but we're not gonna try too hard. We're gonna let things come as they do naturally.
Okay.
So as we just gave away the first grant just 5 months ago,
Okay.
Yeah.
definitely thinking, talking, divulging in different ways, but nothing set in stone. So like she said, no expectations, just knowing it's going to be amazing, whatever we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, that's all the questions we had for you. I mean, we really appreciate that you guys spent your time to come on and chat with us. I've enjoyed talking with you. I look forward to seeing what the Beer Babes family evolves into over time. And I wish you guys all the best. And maybe I'll see your logo here in the Boise area one day, and I'll come visit and maybe
In July.
I was gonna say, guess what? We have a collaboration in Boise in September, so I'll see you then.
September, not July.
September?
I'm sorry, I got them mixed. September.
At Lost Grove.
Okay, I'll be there. I love Lost Grove. They make good
Yep.
beer. So okay.
Just after I leave.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna be
Extend.
back in Florida. We're in Florida all the time. Florida loves
Yes.
us.
Okay,
So-
well, listen, if you make it to Tampa and I don't hear about it, Tap
My
the Craft doesn't
parents
hear
live
about
in
it.
Largo, so
Oh, so you're close. Okay.
we'll find you.
Okay.
Kris, you should help us get a collab. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink in Tampa.
Oh yeah,
We've been just working on that on the in the comment section.
I'm
Sean,
sure.
get on that.
beautiful, love it.
Well, I tell you, Roxy said we need you guys. We need you for Tampa. I tell you what, let me get my favorite redhead who's in the kitchen right now that's getting ready to head to bed. She can do it. That would be awesome because she's a riot. She's got all kinds of energy to help out with that kind of stuff too. So, but yeah, thank you so much for coming on with us. Roxy, thank you for commenting on the show with us as well. And now we just have to get Sean Gray to pick a date. Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean. But yeah, thank you again for coming on with us and joining us for a couple of beers and telling us all about the Beer Babes.
Thanks for having us. It was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so I need to step away for a quick bathroom break, and my old man bladder is not lasting. But thank you very much for joining us, and I look forward to keeping in contact.
Yeah, I'll see you in September.
And I'll see you in
we'll
September
see you.
for sure.
We will find you.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Take care.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to leave. Oh, no, I do.
Hey, Kris. We lost all of our listeners because we signed off, but we can carry on.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
I muted myself, but then I
No
muted
problem.
my microphone. And oh,
excuse me.
I've been holding that in to be a gentleman.
Well, I've been burping with my mouth closed. And yes, trying to be a gentleman. I try.
So nice of you.
All right. Well, that was a very fun interview with the Beer Babes family, with Rachel and Shayna.
And don't forget Roxy. Roxy was basically
too.
half there on there too.
She was doing a great job covering on the Facebook Live page. So thank you as well. So Kris and I are just going to go ahead and carry out a couple of our other things we do on the show. We didn't want to hold Rachel and Shayna to do our Untap the Craft, because that would be a very bad segment, I think.
Yeah, considering, I mean, well.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand the headache with Untap for sure. I use it for my own personal gains for remembering beers that I drank, and to know what and also I think it can be used in a positive way, leaving suggestions of how a beer might be improved a little bit, without being critical of it, without and I've had a lot of good interaction. But you're right, most people are just being jerks.
Well, I mean, that was the whole reason that I got this next beer that I'm drinking, because like I said, it's peach season, so I had my peaches and cream first. Now we have a peach wheat.
Peach wheat. Look at you. Look at you. I'm just finishing up my Moose Drill. Montana beers now. I'm going to be going through Montana and Wyoming, South Dakota and North Dakota in a couple weeks. I'll be making a whole.
Is that really? That's coming up already.
Yeah,
huh?
It's coming up. I've already secured. Eric Gronley will be in town on that weekend, that Sunday, the 9th of June, and we will be meeting at Elm Creek. I think we're going to meet at Elm Creek Brewery, right in his hometown, and I'll be staying just southwest of where he lives in Maple Grove, Minnesota, and I'll be able to easily catch the freeway back up to go back home on Monday after that. But let's go ahead and continue the conversation, because now it is time to untap the craft and see what our listeners are drinking according to Untapped. Or, Kris, do we want to do that, or we want to do the unboxing first?
Well, you've already brought that up, so we're gonna have to go through that first. Then we'll unbox our mini-tacker.
Okay. So stay tuned. We got an unboxing of our mini-tacker of the month club
coming up.
And we're going to talk about, we can't leave our listeners hanging on who's drinking what on Untapped. So let's go ahead and find out what they're drinking.
We're going to start out with Kyle Lilly. I feel like I haven't read his name in a while on my Untapped list, but he's drinking a Hacienda by Homestead Beer Company. No notes or rating to go along with it. But then next up on our list, I don't see this name pop up very often either. And she's giving everything she's checking into a 5-cap rating. And here's why. Tina Ryman.
Oh, wow. Tina. She gives everything 5s.
Is drinking a Fling Spring, a Hernando Flats, and a Mud Puddle by who else? Marker 48 Brewing.
She's drinking her own beer.
Well, of course she would be, right? Not only drinking her own beer, but giving her own beers 5-cap ratings.
I'd be giving 5-cap rating too.
As what Rachel said, giving them a high 5 for the hard work that they did. If you guys are in the Weeki Wachee Spring Hill area, go over and say hi to Mo and Tina and enjoy some of their 5-cap beers. I know we enjoy them.
Yeah, and they're great people too.
Yes, most definitely. Alex Fuchs checking into a My Own Country by New Pioneer Beer Company at the B7 Beer House. 5-cap rating, no notes to go along with it. But we have a handful of check-ins from Tara and Jim.
Oh, yeah.
They're traveling, aren't they?
Yes. Okay.
Well, let's see. We've got Tara checking into a Handsome Sailor with a picture of Jim in it by Hot Plate Brewing Company. She said, I was a bit worried because the tap room looked so tidy, but they make very nice beers. Very nice beer.
So yeah, so she tagged us in that, and
Yep.
I commented back. What did I comment?
You said, I can really appreciate a tidy tap room. It's the untidy tap rooms I worry about.
Yeah. So she then sent me a message on Untapped. Yes, I can't believe I actually looked at my message. Usually I let them go for like months before I realized they're there, but I answered it right away. She said her and Jim spoke with the owner, one of the owners of, is it Hot Plate? Is that Hot?
Yep, hot plate.
Yeah, Hot Plate, and they thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, and she encouraged us to reach out to them and see if they would do an interview with us on the show. So I immediately sent feedback to them saying, "Hey, our listener informed us right away after visiting your tap room that she would love to have you interviewed on our show. Let us know if you'd be interested." So we'll find out if they will get back to us, and you may see them.
Well, all right.
Interviewed at one point.
Well, we've got, I can tell you, we've got one in the works right now, Denny, that I'm very excited about.
Oh, in the works, huh? Okay.
And
Is
it's
it top secret?
It's not top secret. If it doesn't go through, I just don't want to be disappointed, but I don't think it's not going to, I don't think it's going to fall through.
Okay.
It's Berry House.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, we interviewed Berry House. We did it on
we did with the
Reality,
Fermented Reality.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
talked
good.
to we talked to June Bay over at
Yeah.
Berry House. But you know, I was really excited just to you know, Fermented Reality was cool, but like, you know, I want to do it on our own too. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do our own thing. And if they can send me more beer, that would be great.
I'm working on that too. I'm working on that too. Yeah. I you know, I told them all the lovely things that we've talked to them about their beers.
Yeah.
But Jim also checking into the Handsome Sailor British style IPA using locally grown hops, well balanced between the hops and the malt, although the malt gets the edge. Well done. 4.5 caps from him, 4.5 caps from Tara on the Handsome Sailor. Also, the Extraordinary Machine is getting a 4 3/4 cap rating from Jim. Clean, crisp, refreshing, double dry hopped pale ale. Finishes with a very pleasant, slight bitterness. Let's see what else have we got going on at Hot Plate. The Wisest Pursuit from Tara checking in. Very tasty, and I'm also getting my vegetables. It is brewed with carrots and thyme.
Actually, I know that sounds weird, but I've had a couple beers with carrots in it, and it's actually pretty good.
No,
and
that
then
sounds...
you add the thyme in there, and it adds an extra level of complexity to the beer as well. So it sounds fantastic.
No, definitely. I'd be curious to know if that was more of a braggot than a beer. Since we're using the vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to continue Mr. Lamassa's check-in streak. He's checking into a surfing while sciencing. Don't do that, folks. That's a good way to get yourself hurt. He's checking into surfing while sciencing by Equilibrium Brewing or Brewery. He said, that's Luffy in the background. There's a dog in his picture. But he said, nice hoppy double IPA, 17 to 5K. Oh, 17 more till his 5,000th check-in. Okay.
Yeah, he's I'm at 20, so he's 3 ahead of me. He's gonna beat me for sure. I'm 20 away.
Quitter. All right,
he'll
Jordan.
probably beat me next weekend.
You're probably right.
I'll be camping next weekend, so I won't be checking in anything.
We'll go get some new beers.
Yeah, but I don't have any cell service where we camp. So I can't check in.
Good. I'm glad you don't have cell service. We freaking need that sometimes. Anyway, Jordan Cohen is drinking a Smoldering Phoenix by Vasson Brewing Company. He said, such a fun beer, and gave it a 4 cap rating. And then I checked into a couple of things. Art Warcheck drinking a Clock Out by Working Class Brewery, checking in at the Giant Eagle Portage Crossing Market District. 3 3/4 caps ratings for that one, but no notes to go along with it. Bill Schlemmer drinking a Cosmic Archer by Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. Tasty, hazy from Toppling Goliath. Rather grapefruity finish. 4 cap rating. and he's drinking it out of a fancy raise glass.
Mm.
But what did I say? 4 cap rating for that beer. Oh, we got to hit refresh because this was over an hour ago from my last one.
Oh, wow. How many people have drank since an hour ago?
Well, it
No
was
one?
the same person.
Oh,
Art must be closing down the
Oh,
market
wow.
district.
Art,
But
yeah.
we've got Speaker Cranker Overdriven Stock Ale by Hoppin' Frog. 4 cap rating for that one. Light Raja. Ooh, I miss White Raja from the Brew Kettle in Ohio. Great IPA. 3 3/4 caps. And then this one's messing with me because this says Cloche, not Kolsch, but Cloche by Bell Tower Brewing Company. And gave that one a 4 cap rating. And nobody's been drinking anything since an hour ago.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
what
hey.
everybody's drinking.
There's some good stuff in there. That's some good stuff. All right. Well, that's our Untapped the Craft. We're moving on now.
Now it's time to
It's
open stuff.
Our May tintackers.com mini tacker of the month unboxing going on right now. Let's do it, Kris. Let's unbox this thing
I really have to sharpen this knife.
and see what cool things Jen provided us.
And I gotta say, it was really cool to say, oh yeah, we had Jen on the show, and I think Rachel was like, oh yeah, we just started working, or she just started getting stuff from them about a month ago. I thought that was really cool. That it's small world, Denny. Small world.
It is a small world. Okay, well, look at this. It's in an envelope now. They went to envelopes instead of the
craft paper. You know what? That's actually a really smart idea.
Yeah.
Because it was more of like a craft paper like this.
Yeah.
That they were just using and folding it. I bet you this saves them so much time. And then you just seal it up with a sticker.
Well, a sticker and some sticky. My goodness, this is harder to get into. I'm making a mess over here, Kris. Maybe I should just cut the.
Oh, it's not just a sticker; it's sealed also. Listen, we're gonna do this. I'm surgical with this, Denny.
Okay, so let me read the May swag. It says Ash Cat Amber Ale sticker from Luce Brewing Company. Meet Ash Cat, the hardest working cat in town. We were kind of bummed when our favorite sticker manufacturer quit making our crack and peel backing on our stickers, but they agreed to make little pull tabs instead. Let us know how you like them. Oh, yeah.
I like those a lot better.
So there's a little pull tab right here that you can. I like that better too, actually. That's very cool.
Well, crack and peel works out pretty well, but this looks like
but
it's hard to.
I like the pull tab thing. I think a little better than crack and peel. I have trouble cracking and peeling. Let me see. I lost track where was that here. It says don't know what to do with your brewery stickers? Get crafty. Stick them on your beer fridge, your Yeti, your Schwinn, Hydro Flask, your MacBook. You get the picture. Hey, you cycled that from last month. Hey, members, don't forget to use your discount code TAPTHECRAFT, all one word at checkout for special pricing on any purchase at tintackers.com. Okay, so we got a sticker. How about the Tin Tacker, Kris?
Tin Tacker is pretty cool too.
It's for the feline lover.
It's for the feline fanatic, if you will.
Fanatic.
It's feline fanatic. Is yours open yet?
You know me. I'm having trouble. I'm trying to get the plastic open, but go ahead and show what you got. Luce Brewing, Ash Cat Amber Ale. It's the there we go.
Sticker to go with it.
Sticker, and this cat is tough. It's smoking a cigar, looking like it's gonna kick some Butte. Well, let's see what we got here. It says, look. Well, this says the same thing it says on the other side. They located in the historic district of Canal, Winchester, Ohio, is a brewery housed in the old Ohio Midland Electric Company building. The owners found a few old historical maps indicating that the property was one of the power transmission buildings for the historical train systems that went out of commission in 1900. In fact, their building housed the train's third rail, a fact that inspired the brewery's name. Luce Rail? Luce Rail Brewing Company offers several beers paying homage to the railroad roots, including Ashcat Amber Ale, Crankpin Cream Ale, and Full Steam Saison. There we go, Saison for Rachel and Shayna. And they just celebrated their 7th anniversary. Full steam ahead. Well, thank you, Jen, for this very nice 10-tacker and sticker of
Excuse
Ashcat.
me.
Yes. All right. You too can get your mini tacker of the month subscription box by visiting 10tackers.com. Sign up. Use the promo code TapTheCraft, all one word, at checkout to get 10% off of your order. All right. Chris,
Denny.
new and early beers. I see
you
have one.
I have one.
Yes. Let's talk about it.
And I drank it on the show.
Oh, you are okay. What is so noteworthy about this beer?
So what's so noteworthy about this one? So this was funny enough. The ladies were talking about sours where they were going, or they were talking about beers that were, covered up with adjuncts, or if there were off flavors in them, or if there were something that, it just, we were talking about the 450 North beers too. It's basically a breakfast smoothie that has a little bit of beer in it. But what I really liked about this one is this one's on Nitro, and the Nitro itself actually kind of cut down on that tart sour flavor as well. But then the peach part, it wasn't just super fruity. It kind of balanced out really well. It was sweet, but it wasn't. It just, what I actually wrote notes on this one. So it tastes like a dessert, but it's not too sweet and slightly tart. So I gave this one a 4.25 cap rating. And like I said, I was picking up some just peach beers that I saw the other day, because Tina said to me, she goes, I looked in your beer fridge the other day. It's kind of looking sad. It's either a bunch of just huge 13-15% stouts. She's like, or you got like some random, like before I started the show, I had some all day IPA. Like those were on sale at the store last time we went grocery shopping. But I had some spare time, so I ran over to the local beer store. I almost texted you a picture. I found Juicy Bits on the shelf.
I just drank a Juicy Bits not too long ago.
It was brewed this month last year.
Wow. Oh, how did it hold out?
I don't know. I didn't buy it. God bless the dates on the bottom of cans. So it's funny you say that, because I bought it and it was fresh for getting all the way here to Boise, but it was still like, I think it was three months old. Yeah.
But it still tasted great. Like it held up really well, 3 months old. But maybe a year, maybe not so much.
Well, I'll give you kind of an idea. I bought this all day IPA at my local grocery store at Publix. It was canned on March 27th, and I think I bought this 2 weeks ago. So So I'm really glad that, and I had Cloudy Donkey from Tampa Bay Brewing Company, canned on 2/22. I love the fact that breweries are putting canned on dates on their beers.
Yeah, not Best Buy, but canned
but not even Best Buy, but like from Destil, canned on 2/27. Like that is, there were a few that I looked at and I went, no, there's no date on it. I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they're, especially, seeing that Juicy Bits, and I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Oh no, that is way too old to even consider drinking that one.
They got a discount on that on that 6-pack.
It's tough, man. Like, fortunately, I follow companies like Tampa Bay Brewing Company, so I know when they put these out So when I
Yeah.
see them, I automatically know I don't have to check the date because it's brand new,
Yeah.
or at least for the year. So,
Yeah.
but that is my one new and noteworthy beer.
All right. I have 3.
We'll see. Listen, you pick me up where I'm falling short. So look,
Yeah, I have 3 beers. Let me talk about old beer
first
I
one
drank.
though.
I didn't realize. So I need to tell a story. So I have the last year bottle of Black Butte Anniversary Porter.
Wait, when you say last year, you mean like from last year or
no,
the
the last
year?
year they had 22-ounce bottles.
Oh, okay.
5 years ago.
Okay.
This is the last one they did 22-ounce bottles of. This is Black Butte 31. They're on 36 or 37 right now, 37.
Wow.
So and this was in my fridge. Why was it still in my beer fridge? Because I put it in my beer fridge a year and a half ago because I was having people over for a black beer tasting at my house. And I planned on doing a vertical of all these Black Butte Anniversary beers as a treat. The problem is they're big beers.
Yeah.
And people don't want to drink big beers. And people brought beers, and I felt bad if I didn't drink their beers. So once again, I didn't drink these big beers, and they sat in my fridge for another year.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't necessarily want to drink 22 ounces of a big beer by myself. I want to share it. Well, I decided that enough is enough. And I saw that this beer was in my fridge. I better drink it now because I don't want this to go bad, right? It'll start to lose some of its oomph. So I broke it open on May 7th, Saturday. I think it was Saturday. I lose track. So here's what I said. This is, again, Deschutes Brewery Black Butte 31 Anniversary Imperial Porter. So I have been wanting to do a vertical of these, but I can't do it alone. And when I have parties, we drink other beers. So I'm having it now, 5 years aged, and it still tastes great. Chocolate and coffee in the aroma and flavor, deep, rich malts too. Lovely. 4.5 cap rating, 5 years old. It still had the chocolate. It still had the coffee. It didn't lose any of that flavor. It really tasted good, and it was super smooth, easy to drink, and it was like, what was it? How much alcohol was this thing? It was
14 and some
12,
change.
No, 12.2 is a lower one.
It was a littler one.
Yeah, but man, really good beer. I'm guessing it probably tasted better when I drank it 5 years and fresh, because sometimes they're a little strong. And I imagine if this beer fresh would have had a lot more dark malt character, and maybe the coffee would have been a little stronger, because that coffee still stuck around. I imagine it was super strong when it was first released. So great beer, 4.5 cap rating. Next beer is from Boneyard Beer. It is their Lupulin Anniversary 5.0 Double IPA. And I gave this beer a 4.25 cap rating. Here's what I had to say about it. Getting seriously deep, ripe, tropical fruit aroma. The flavor is of the same, but with some resinous character as well. For a double IPA, it is really easy drinking at 8.3% ABV. It could sneak up on you after a few. What a pleasant surprise. That's a 4.25 rating. And then my last beer is from Lumberbeard Brewing, Stouted from the bottom, American Stout. I gave this a 4 cap rating. Mild chocolate and caramel aroma that flows into the upfront flavor. Finishes very dry with the roast coming through at the end. Just a solid American Stout without any extra crap. Beer flavored beer, 4 cap rating. And I will say that that's the key. I've gotten so many porters and stouts and things that add adjuncts, and I just talked about a coffee and chocolate one. This one just tasted it was just brewed with really good malts, had the aromas of caramel and chocolate, but it was just a really good American stout that I thoroughly enjoyed. So those are my 3 beers. And now, Kris, it is time to bring this show to a close. So who would you like to raise a glass to before we shut down the show?
I would love to raise a glass to the Beer Babes family. We had Shayna and Rachel on with us tonight, and then Roxy kind of typing in from Canada.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us this evening. It was great to get to know a little bit about your organization, and even see how we could even help and not be. I mean, Denny, you're kind of a beer babe. I don't know. Maybe one day I could be a beer babe, but no, man, it's fantastic that there are organizations out there like that who are willing to help and go out and put things together like releases and help raise money, whether it's for women's centered brewing or just to help local breweries, to help the business side of it. And I love that part of it too, because Rachel even said, she's like, the Pink Boots, they got that education thing. They're good. Matt, thanks for hopping on with us, buddy. Have a great night.
Cheers, Matt. Cheers.
But the business side of it, that's a tough part too, man. The education is great, and that's definitely a difficult part, but having that business side to help out as well is a great thing for them. So would love to raise a glass out to them, their organization, and you can go check them out at beerbabesfamily.com. We'll have their stuff up here on the show notes.
That's right.
Denny, who would you love to raise a glass to this evening?
Well, I'm going to raise my glass to our Patreon. Toast goes out to Mr. Jeff Styler. Cheers to you, Jeff.
Cheers, Jeff.
And I hear your birthday is on the day this is released. So everyone raise a glass to Jeff as you listen to this podcast. He turns a lovely 29 on
Happy birthday to you. Okay.
And on a happy note, we're going to go into a little bit of a sad note. A podcast that I know a number of our listeners listen to has provided their last episode last week. Beervana podcast is no longer going to do a podcast. So I raise a glass to Beervana, to Jeff Allsworth. Now I'm forgetting names, but I enjoyed that show. They did have a lot of good educational stuff on there, good interviews, good information. But I understand that this podcasting thing can be tough to, try to keep on top of it. And I think they said the AI can now do what they do, so there's no reason for them to continue doing it. And maybe that's true. Maybe we'll get AI to just do our podcast, and nobody will know it's not us. What do you think, Kris?
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Give it a whirl.
But cheers to those guys at Beervana. I did enjoy the show, and now there's one less out there, one less craft beer podcast. And of course, being a former serviceman, I want to raise my glass and thank all those who have served and are currently serving in the U.S. military services, protecting our freedoms. Thank you for your service, and I hope all who are deployed are able to return home safely to their families very soon. And Kris, why don't you go ahead and raise a glass to our sponsor?
I would love to, Denny. I would love to raise a glass to the folks over at Tin Tackers, the provider of sweet metal beer signs that will make your walls happy. Tin Tackers has a vast selection of embossed aluminum beer signs, perfect for your garage, home bar, or man cave. They have the biggest selection with the best prices. They also have a mini-tacker of the month club, a club just for craft beer lovers who collect tin tackers. It's a surprise in your mailbox every month. Go visit their website at tintackers.com and use the promo code TAPTHECRAFT at checkout to save 10% on your entire order and to let them know we sent you.
And you can find the beers and the links to the Beer Babes family.
Beer Babes family.
Beer Babes family. Wow.
So many bees.
I'm finishing off my third beer of this show, and it's very hot in my office, so I'm probably beating up sweat on here.
Oh, stop nursing it, dude. Come on.
Wow.
What are you doing?
Damn, I'm a lightweight.
Listen, I don't get many opportunities to do that to you. I'm taking advantage of it.
Oh No, but you can find them in our show notes at tapthecraft.com. And it is last call. It's time to bring the show to a close. We want to thank you for downloading and listening. We ask you to please tell a friend. And of course, subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And as a reminder, we release a new show every 2 weeks. Now go out there and spread the good word of craft beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And at the very last minute, Eric Gronley hopped on to say cheers, guys.
Cheers, Eric. You're the best.
For those
Always
of you
supporting us.